If you're like many Americans, you may have noticed that it's getting harder to find your favorite products at the grocery store. People all over the country are starting to worry about the same thing. The number of products that are out of stock has been going up all year, but a combination of things is making supplies even tighter in the last few months of 2022 and into the winter. Food producers are under a lot of pressure to speed up production to keep up with rising demand, but many of them are facing problems that make it hard for them to do so quickly. On top of that, crops have failed in a lot of places this year, which has affected a wide range of products in the stores. One reason why there are still so many empty shelves is that there aren't enough people to work. Jim Dudley, a representative for the National Grocers Association, says, "There just aren't enough people to make the goods, move the goods, and sell the goods." He also said that the supply is changing because more people cook and eat at home. This is because many Americans can't afford to eat out anymore because restaurant prices are going up. In today's video, we've compiled 20 items that seem to have vanished from our store shelves these days, from toilet paper to chicken. These are items that you may have to search a little harder for. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our new videos. One, canned goods. Rodney Holcomb, a food economist at Oklahoma State University, said that it might be harder to find those ready-to-eat canned foods in stores. Since the end of 2021, there has been a shortage of aluminum around the world, which has hurt the U.S. manufacturing sector and made it harder to get things like tomato paste, canned vegetables, drinks, teas, and soda. If you can still find canned goods, they are likely to be much bigger. A distinguished professor and head of the Department of Agricultural Economics at Purdue University, Jason Lusk, said that aluminum prices have gone up a lot this year, by more than 40% since January and almost 9% in the last month. That's why it's always best and cheapest to buy glass jars and strong lids and can the food yourself at home. 2. Pasta. You may not be able to find your favorite pasta at the supermarket this holiday season due to shrinking flour supplies and a recent product recall. Barilla recently announced that it is reducing the number of products it offers in order to meet rising demand and a global wheat shortage. A massive recall is also underway at the moment, with the company citing excessive iron levels and issuing an import alert. 3. Soft drinks. Some of the most popular brands are reporting shortages and cuts in production for certain flavors. Carbonated drinks had a difficult time reaching store shelves because there was a lack of carbon dioxide and aluminum cans. Now, there are fewer choices available in stores and prices have increased significantly. Early reports that the number of carbonated drinks in stores dropped by 15% in the third quarter, which equates to 12 million fewer cans and bottles of soft drinks. 4. Frozen pizza. Carbon dioxide is a key ingredient in the production of many frozen foods, including frozen pizza. Carbon dioxide aids in the preservation of frozen foods by preventing spoilage and preserving the taste and texture of frozen products during storage and transportation. So now you know why the frozen pizza aisle is often empty. 5. Water bottles. Water bottle shortages have been reported since the summer of 2020, with some stores imposing purchase limits to avoid running out of stock. The issue is that manufacturers are facing a raw material shortage, which is reducing global supplies of plastic bottles. Many popular brands, such as Avian, Highland Spring, and Volvic, are still unavailable in the United States as of January 2021. 6. Avocados. If you're an avocado fan, you may have noticed that it's become more difficult to find them on store shelves. This is because the government suspended imports of Mexican avocados for months due to safety concerns at Mexican food plants. When imports resumed, Mexican producers began selling their avocados to other markets, leaving the United States at the bottom of their list. Prices were at an all-time high, and many missing shipments exacerbated existing shortages. If you do find avocados at the store, you'll most likely have to pay 30% more for them. 7. Olive oil. The shortage of olive oil is due to the severe drought that hit Spain and Italy in June and July. The high temperatures and lack of rainfall led to a significant drop in production, with estimates suggesting that it fell by 30% in Spain and 20 to 30% in Italy. This has created a shortage of the essential cooking oil, with prices expected to rise in the coming months. 8. Liquor. Right now, it is becoming increasingly difficult and expensive to find champagne, wine, and beer due to shortages in carbon dioxide, aluminum cans, and raw ingredients. A glass shortage and lower grape production this year have limited wine options for consumers. This may become the new norm in the near future. Champagne demand has been declining since 2020, but is now beginning to rise again. However, there is not enough supply to meet the demand. 9. Soup. Ready-to-eat foods are still popular, especially those made by legacy brands like Campbell's and Progresso. People seem to want comfort foods that remind them of the past, as well as foods with a long shelf life. According to Ants, demand has been high since summer, even though soup sales usually go down during this time. In August, around 35% of stores said they were out of stock of soup. According to Kelsey Roan, Health Communications Manager for Progresso's parent company General Mills, Progresso's soup sales grew nearly 100% in the last quarter. To deal with the strain on supply lines, Progresso temporarily reduced its soup varieties from nearly 90 to about 50. Campbell's also reduced product variety to deal with ingredient shortages. So this winter, there will be less variety and it will be harder to find your favorite flavor. 10. Over-the-counter medications. According to INCS, more than 3/4 of us pharmacies were out of pain relievers, antibiotics, and respiratory medications during the first 3 weeks of October. Stores are also running low on allergy medications. With the cold and flu season approaching, INCS warns that these rates are likely to rise further. 11. Pet food. The aluminum shortage caused a decrease in the supply of pet foods. Shipping issues also contributed to dog and cat food shortages across the country, with several local newspapers reporting bare shelves at pet stores. Even major retailers such as Walmart, Target, and Amazon are reporting pet food shortages, leaving many pet owners scrambling to meet the dietary needs of their cherished companions. 12. Liquid hand soap. The global pandemic has resulted in a massive increase in demand for liquid hand soap. However, producers have not been able to keep up with this demand, leading to a shortage of hand soap in stores. One of the main reasons for this is that producers did not anticipate such a high demand for hand soap and have not been able to increase production quickly enough. Another reason is that there is a lot of competition for ingredients further down the supply chain, which has made it difficult to obtain the necessary supplies. As a result, when hand soap is made it to stores, it is quickly bought up by consumers. 13. Baby formula. Since the beginning of the year, parents have been struggling to find baby formula due to shortages. They have taken to social media to ask where they can find it and have even attempted to create their own recipes. In February, Enfamil, Similac, and Gerber cited production issues, ingredient shortages, and possible contamination at central manufacturing plants, as reasons for the destruction of several batches of the product. This has caused even more stress for parents who are still unable to locate the product. 14. Chickpeas. According to the Global Pulse Confederation, global supplies of chickpeas have decreased by 20% this year. This is due to the Ukraine crisis and the resulting decrease in global grain supplies. Chickpeas are essential in many diets, so this decrease could cause some problems. Our stores have already run out of chickpeas, and nearly half of chickpea growers in the United States have abandoned their crops this summer. This is because chickpea crops require a lot of water, and high temperatures have dried up our reservoirs. Many farmers have chosen to grow other crops instead, which has decreased our domestic supply of the grain. When you combine all of this with a slew of food supply chain issues, you might have to start using other beans in your hummus recipe if you're lucky enough to find it at your local supermarket. So, if you want to avoid these problems, stock up on chickpeas now. 15. Paper towels. According to the Wall Street Journal, a recent shortage in paper towels is due to manufacturers employing a lean manufacturing model. This model focuses on efficiency and meeting customer demand with little to no excess capacity. However, this lack of preparedness has left stores struggling to keep up with an unexpected surge in demand. The report stated that people have been hoarding paper towels since March 2020 out of fear of running out, as they did during the initial outbreak of the pandemic. Given that paper towels can be used for a variety of purposes, people are going through them almost as quickly as toilet paper, according to an ARI survey. 16. Pumpkins. This Halloween, you may have noticed that pumpkin prices were higher and pumpkins were smaller. This is due to the difficulty in finding the fruit, as well as the ravaging fungus that has destroyed thousands of pumpkin crops across major production states in California. This year's unusually dry weather has been especially hard on pumpkins, and production may take a year or two to recover. 17. Juice boxes and Lunchables. Since September, many schools across the United States have been reporting huge food shortages, and parents are finding that their kids' favorite snacks are missing from the shelves. Kraft Heinz says that during the pandemic, the company had to cut back on making products. That didn't sell well in order to make more of the things that were in high demand during lockdowns. Since then, Lunchable supplies have never gotten back to where they were before the health crisis, but demand has grown by double digits. Parents have been saying on Twitter and Reddit that big stores like Walmart and Costco are running out of juice packs. It's also a problem for many school districts when it comes to buying supplies for school lunches. Some stores are still out of stock, and it could be soon for others. 18. Sriracha. Since the pandemic began, the company that makes the famous hot sauce Sriracha has said that chili peppers have been in short supply. This summer's extreme weather in Mexico and on the west coast of the United States has made the shortage even worse. Since then, bottles of the sauce have been flying off the shelves as fans of hot sauce rush to get their favorite source. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more videos from our channel, subscribe and make sure to turn on the bell icon.